Flo Rida and Vanilla Ice, who now need to find another way to make $80 that night.
Everything Trump touches dies, including music careers. Maybe that's why the only musicians willing to step foot near Trump are already MAGA, and why Trump's big concert might end up looking more like a trailer park talent show. If the best thing MAGA can produce makes music that sounds like this, then maybe they should just cancel it.
I'm just saying that I want my country back.
I think that's all I can show you guys, with copyright, but it's probably also all you can handle hearing. It's not even that she sounds bad, but the lyrics, my God, whining about missing an America that literally never existed, it's like hitting us with nuclear-grade cringe. Like, listen to these sad, sap-ass lyrics designed to make MAGA long for their own deluded mass fantasy. We flew on glory down on Maine. Everybody knows your name. Friday night's lights football game. This is literally like the Bo Burnham sketch. She's just describing living in a small town. People still do all of these things. In fact, she says she misses back when you didn't think twice about locking your door. Statistically, it's more likely that people aren't locking their doors now because we're more safe now than we've ever been. This vapid identity politic bullshit is the only weapon in MAGA's arsenal these days. Ooh, remember when? Remember when? They can't fight us on substance, on policy, so they complain about people not letting them be bigots anymore. That's why when you take a look behind the curtain, you see that this woman, Alexis Wilkins, is less of a singer and more of a government plant. This is from SavingCountryMusic.com, an article by someone named Trigger. Even though it's fair to characterize Alexis Wilkins as a country music singer, it's also fair to contextualize that she's never released a full-length album, she hasn't released a single or EP since 2023, she's never appeared on any charts, she doesn't make regular appearances at prominent country music festivals, mainstream or independent. As someone who works professionally covering country music full-time, I couldn't recall hearing of Wilkins before the fracas surrounding her relationship with Kash Patel. She wormed her way into the country music zeitgeist by letting Kash Patel worm into her. Disgusting. And just like her cringe-inducing corrupt boyfriend at the FBI, she has been trying her best to grift us while she still can. Recently, she tried to use Trump's strategy of suing newspapers, and the MAGA cried like babies when it didn't work. She claimed that the reporting about her wasting taxpayer dollars on private airfare was causing damages to her reputation, standing in the community, and personal humiliation. When asked about the lawsuit, MSN Now president told the Daily Beast that they stand firmly behind their own reporting. As a general matter of practice, we don't comment on ongoing legal matters. They're gonna lose this suit because it's obvious they were wasting FBI dollars. The FBI misappropriated funds for them when they tried to skip over the whole lawsuit altogether the first time and just launched an investigation into the reporters that were mean to Kash Patel's girlfriend. This time, at least they did it right and sued so that we all get the satisfaction of watching this thing get thrown out of court. At this point, it's like MAGA has a humiliation kink. They just love embarrassing themselves on the national stage. Literally, in Trump's case, as he logistically knows that he should cancel this big disaster of a concert, but emotionally, he just cannot let us win. So instead, he's now desperately claiming that he has the most hilarious solution.
Somehow, this man is at war with Iran and Milli Vanilli. On Wednesday of last week, the White House announced this big lineup for Trump's Great American State Fair, the 250th American anniversary concert. By Saturday, almost every one of the performers either said they never agreed to be part of it in the first place or dropped out of it. Like, they dropped out. Went so quickly, it was as if they'd been booked on a hantavirus cruise. Fortunately, the president doesn't take this sort of thing personally. He wrote, "I understand artists are getting the yips having to do with their performance, so I'm thinking about bringing the #1 attraction anywhere in the world, the man who gets much larger audiences than Elvis in his prime, and he does so without a guitar, the man who loves our country more than anyone else, and the man who some say is the greatest president in history, the GOAT, Donald J. Trump, to take the place of these highly paid third-rate artists and give a major speech rallying the country forward like I have done ever since being president. Yeah, you know those first-rate artists I announced on Wednesday? Today they're third-rate artists, and I will be replacing them. He said, I only want to be surrounded by happy people. That's right. He only wants to be surrounded by happy people. For instance, this photograph of his wife pictured at their evening grimace. The only well-known artists who did not back out were Flo Rida and Vanilla Ice, who now need to find another way to make $80 that night.
You mean to tell me that no artist with a real career would risk it all for Donald Trump to do the double dick dance for them? Trump is like an old queen. He wants nothing more than to be the star of the show. So the fact that he has to cancel is just eating him up, and it is priceless watching him crash out like this. In addition to the concert, he's whining about the Kennedy Center being broken and unsafe and money sign busted. I think his brain is busted. Trump slaps his name on everything but his bastard children, which I am sure there are many. It did take a while, but Trump finally lost that petty legal battle with the Kennedy Center and thankfully had his name scraped off. But at the same time, the reputational damage is already done. Artists are begging not to be seen performing at any place associated with Trump.
The Kennedy Center is a memorial to honor our fallen president. It can only be named after President Kennedy and President Kennedy alone, so they're going to remove Trump's name from the building, and this really got under his pumpkin-colored skin. He posted 2 long, angry diatribes. George Washington's inauguration speech was shorter than these. He said he's given up on his renovation plan. He's turning the building back over to Congress to figure it out. He doesn't care about it anymore, which is especially bad news for the band they have booked to play the center this week. This is not a joke. This is the sort of act they've had to book since Trump put his name on the place. Big Al and the Jokers, Latvia's rock and roll powerhouse. Live this Thursday night at the venue formerly known as the Trump Kennedy Center. That is a tough one. But don't worry, Trump's name will remain squarely emblazoned on the still unreleased Trump Epstein files for all time.
You know what, at this point, I kind of hope that he doesn't cancel it so that we can watch Kid Rock break his kneecaps while trying to act 25, and Alexis Wilkins sing ballads about places and people she hopes die of poverty. Mostly, I would just love to watch Trump expose himself as the shallow, egotistical fraud that he is, because that actually does rattle a lot of those rural maggots. Of course, Trump can't actually let the show not go on, even if it means he's going to take it over instead. After blasting the artists who dropped out and calling them third-rate, he said he's going to deliver a major speech instead. I don't know how he's going to cover the multiple days of musical performances that was originally planned, but I'm sure he'll have a plan for us in about 2 weeks' time. Likely, he's just going to listen to his own hot air for 3 days straight, but that means he wouldn't be in the Oval Office, so that'd be a win for us. Subscribe to US Democratic Socialists. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll catch you next time.